This might be the smartest thing you can throw into your pool, and I mean that literally. Meet the Fanttik Aero X, the world's first robotic pool cleaner with something called S-FSD TurboClean tech. Basically, it's like giving your pool its own self-driving car. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of Fanttik, but they make really awesome, well-designed household tools. So I'm talking like electric screwdrivers, electric drills, pool cleaner. They've got a ton of awesome stuff. I actually bought quite a few of their products, so it's pretty dope that they wanted to work together and sponsor today's video. Now, when you get this thing and you unbox it, you get everything that you need to get it up and running. The Aero X actually requires so little to get started. It's kind of surprising. So check it out. This thing packs a dual system, which means the roller brush and the wheels work separately, so it doesn't just drag dirt all around, so it actually scrubs and glides across the pool floor. So it uses 12 high precision sensors and ultrasonic detection for this feature that they called Aqua Pilot navigation. Translation, it knows when it's on the pool floor, the walls, even the waterline to make sure it has everything covered. And interestingly enough, that whole system with the sensors and the ultrasonic detection was actually developed by folks who have backgrounds at DJI. We all know those DJI drones, they know when something's coming, they got that object detection. So the same team who worked on those sensors worked on the sensors in here. And as somebody who's very familiar with DJI products, that gives me a lot of confidence. And of course, it has app integration, so you can control the mode, the speed, and even where it parks itself when it's done, so you can easily pull it out. But it also has a remote control, which the gamer in me absolutely loves. When it comes to this category of tech, like these robot vacuums, robot mops, or pool cleaners, I always feel like I want a little bit more control, and I usually jump into the manual controls within the app. And you have that here as well, but there's also a dedicated remote. And with the controller, you're able to directly control where the Aero X goes. So in case you want to clean a particular spot in your pool, I don't know, maybe some dirt got in and it sunk to the bottom of the pool, you could just throw the Aero X in there, use the remote, and get exactly where you need to with it. I think it's really cool, and it's actually the first time I've seen one of these robot cleaning devices come with a dedicated remote, which I think is really valuable because sometimes you just want to control the thing yourself. You just want that single spot. There are ways to do that within apps sometimes, but a remote, I think it's genius. Now, I know you see that cable hanging from the Aero X and that little thing that floats at the top of the pool. It's actually pretty tough to send like Wi-Fi signals and wireless communication to a device that's underwater. That's actually part of the communication device, a really smart way of making sure that it can go ahead and get all of the communication it needs. You see how responsive it is to the app and the remote control? That's all because that communication device sits at the top of the pool. And from what I've seen, that thing doesn't get in the way whatsoever. And the Aero X is able to clean a little more than 1,000 square feet per hour. And because it has this big 15.7-inch roller brush, it's able to clean up a pretty large area, so it does the cleaning really quickly. But if you're not necessarily looking for speed, maybe you have this thing running at night, you can actually change the speed within the app. So maybe if you want it to take a little bit more time, be more meticulous with its cleaning, so that brush gets more rotations in on one spot, you can control just how fast this thing goes. But what I found pretty impressive with the Aero X was that the inclines of the pool did not bother it whatsoever. It was able to traverse and hang on to it with no problem. And you'll be able to see it just climb all the way up, get to that water line, and really just start scrubbing that area so that it can get rid of limescale or any grime that might have built up. And of course, all the stuff that it's picking up and cleaning goes directly into a filter that you can actually just pull off at the top. The app lets you know exactly when you need to do it. And you guys can see it for yourself. This was able to pull out a lot of dirt. You can see it right there in the filter. Now, I think one of the most impressive parts here is that this is done wirelessly. So there's no need to keep the Aero X plugged in to like a wall outlet. You don't have to worry about this device that's connected to electrical power in your pool for extended periods of time. This one, you just throw it in and you let it do its thing. Not to mention, you can also have scheduled cleaning with it. So if it's over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, you can pick how it cleans on those different days. So all you do is set it to scheduled clean. Scheduled cleaning. Drop it in the pool and it'll clean the way you set it to clean for those particular days. So I think it's cool that this is meant to be this hassle-free system where it has a lot of suction power. It cleans up all the areas you would want it to clean and you don't need to babysit it. I think that's probably like the biggest part. And if you do want to babysit it or even control it, you got the option to do that as well. So there's a lot of flexibility here while still being really simple. So of course, if you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked down below in the description. If you purchase this in July, you get 42% off, which brings this down to $4.99. Usually these pool cleaners can cost an arm and a leg, but for 500 bucks, this is definitely a steal. I'll have it linked down below. If you need a pool cleaner for the summer, I would jump on this.